It's the show. It's the show that is the very definition of hip, cool, and with it, even after that lame opening. It's the Mike Sasson Show live on the River's Edge. You can listen to us on the River's Edge webpage at www.riversedgepgh.com or on TuneIn Radio or after the fact. You can listen to us on many of the podcast formats, iTunes, SoundCloud, or Google Play. Today, we're going to be talking Millvale Music Festival Aftermath. Me and Alex spent all day rocking the town of Millvale, Pennsylvania. So we'll be discussing that. Also, we'll be discussing the new intern, Max. We're going to get to know him. Probably not much because, to be honest with you, looks like Billy Mays prior to the Coke. Anyways, we'll also be talking about the big question. This week's big question: what would be your last meal on Earth? Also, we're going to be discussing Steve Harvey. He sent an email or a memo or whatever out to his people saying, essentially, you're not allowed to talk to me. I will tell you why I defend such a statement. Also, we're going to be going through bar thoughts and experiences, the 5 takes. It's going to be a show so jam-packed with goodness that you're going to have to pause it. You're going to feel full, and then you're going to eat some more. It's going to be a wonderful thing. Right there, is producer extraordinaire Alex Clemens. How are we doing audio-wise?
We're doing great, I think.
That's
pretty much how it always is.
We think we're doing well because last week we had a little bit of an issue where the first 5 minutes of the show, no audio.
I'm not going to say it was my fault, but it kind of was.
Okay. All right. Well, did we learn?
Once, yeah.
Did we learn why we?
I did learn, and I made it better.
There you go.
That's what we do, right?
That's right.
We learn from our mistakes.
My grandfather and father always had that one thing where they would sit there and something would happen. You know, you'd play a game or you'd watch something or you'd do something, and he'd always would say, "Yes, but Michael, did we learn anything?" And so, always I said to my father or grandfather, "Yes, we did learn something." Most of the time I didn't. I just wanted to get through that conversation. But in terms of our audio last week, if we learned, then we grow, then we get better.
Yes.
So we go from there. Now, I did mention we have a new member of the River's Edge family.
We do indeed.
Which means that I will be hopefully borrowing money from him soon. It's Max. Max, get into Alex's thing for a second. Just for a second.
Hey, everybody.
All right, that's enough. But now, Max, you are a student?
I am. I go to school at IUP in Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I have 2 brothers who graduated from there. Both played football for the Mighty. That's the one thing about IUP. When my brothers first went there, they were in the transition. They were the IUP Indians. Then they became the IUP like the Weird Bear or something like that. Then they became the Crimson Hawks or whatever. Have they decided on a mascot yet?
We're currently the Hawks, but if you ask the townies, they'll still say they're the Indians. And I still see car stickers of Indians. It's hard to let go because they think it's okay, which it may very well be.
Yeah. Well, my thing is with the whole their biggest beef is there's a song called Cherokee that used to be the football team has been excellent for years, but back in the 80s and 90s, they were one of the best programs in the country. And when they were beating the holy hell out of people, they'd be playing this song Cherokee, which it's not the cool Europe version. Europe, the song with the Final Countdown has a song called Cherokee. It's really weird for a bunch of people from Sweden to be singing about Native Americans. Listen to it, you'll have a good laugh. Anyways, it's a song. It's like da 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 da, whatever. And they can't play it anymore. The band doesn't do it anymore. And there's still, like you said, townie and old school alumni that are just incensed that they cannot play Cherokee anymore. Now, are you a broadcasting major up at IUP?
Communications, but I dabble a little bit in everything. Video production, radio. I love it all.
Well, you know what? Thank you very much. You're going to help the wonderful Alex out because you're going to take this show to the next level. And if you don't, you're fired. That's basically it. Thank you very much, Alex. That was awesome. Take notes, learn from us, learn how to put on a broadcast so that someday you too can be a communications major without a job. Anyways, this weekend was the Millvale Music Festival.
Yes, it was.
And I just have to say, very rarely in my life are my expectations just absolutely blown away. Because when Brian came to us a couple months ago and said, hey, we're going to have a Millvale Music Festival, I think Alex's and I's response were pretty similar of like, oh, great.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
seriously. We thought there'd be a few bars. There'd be a couple of acoustic sets, maybe something here at the Millvale studios where we record and broadcast from. Holy crap, were we wrong.
Brian said there was about 5,000 people or so there. 5,000.
You know what? I would say that was approximately, I mean, that's undershooting it.
You
in my
counted
book.
them, right?
I was individually counting each one. And sometimes they'd come back across the street and I'd be like, I already counted you. And then he'd be like, and then that person would leave. But no, 5,000 people in the town of Millvale in these two streets. I said to you, Saturday night especially, because we were all concerned that during the Penguin game, less people would show up, all this kind of stuff.
Absolutely not true.
For one night, Millvale became East Carson Street in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It became the just...
Like better because like there was better people.
Yes. Oh, it was a higher grade of people. It was a better smelling group of people. It was less bros. It was less police altercations. Yeah,
Less
it was
bros.
Yeah, less guys wearing the medium shirts and the terrible tattoos and the and talking to each other. Hey, you push up, and they're just like how Louis C.K. would always describe them, just really just kind of just so filled with their own jism that they just have to get it out somewhere. So they either go on something or they just start a fight. That didn't happen in Millvale. It was peaceful. It was lovely.
It was.
Now, what was your favorite part of outside of spending the day with me, which had to be a thrill? What was the best? What was the best thing that you remember? The one thing that you'll take away from it?
Well, that probably was the longest amount of time I've ever spent with you at once. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. I
did get to. Yeah, I had some alone time too.
Yeah,
I got away for a little while.
You did. You made sure, like, you would text me, I'm like, I'm gonna see another band, and then you just would fly off somewhere. Yeah, and you were lying. You were sitting in your car crying.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was your favorite part?
Well, I did get cheese fries. Those cheese fries were definitely one of my favorite parts.
One of the most underrated part of the whole day was
the food.
The level of the food trucks were outstanding. I had gone to that particular food truck first, and they had a wrap. That was an $8 wrap. Now you'd sit there and be like, Mike, what wrap was worth $8? This wrap was worth $8.
So worth it.
If they would have come to me later in the day and went like, no, dude, it was 10, I'd have given them $2.
Yeah.
That's how good this wrap was. And so then you saw, I think the sound guy had this giant plate of cheese fries with pulled pork on it and everything like that. And one thing
I have a picture of me eating them too.
Okay, are you showing it right now?
No, I knew everyone would want to see that because it was pretty pretty.
I'm trying to make sure people understand that that's what it was. But yeah, also got Frank's Pizza and Chicken, one of the sponsors of the River's Edge, got a great piece of the buffalo chicken pizza, which was outstanding.
Yeah.
How many, now, legal purposes, you are over the age of 21. How many beers did you consume on Saturday? Enough?
No, I think 5.
5? Only 5, but great beers. Incredible beer selection. Was great sponsorship, everything like that. Now, one thing that I felt watching these bands, now we were, and I didn't want to say it to the people to make everybody feel like we were trying to big time them on Saturday, but we were on the main stage. We were the center. We were at the big time stage. Yeah. I didn't want to say that to people because we're like, Mike thinks he's at the main stage. No,
I said that to everyone.
I know.
Hey guys, I'm hosting a music festival this week. I'm gonna be on the main stage. Like, I'm big shit.
I know. You wanted to make sure everyone knew that you were I was trying to make sure, because I knew a lot of other people who were hosting other stages. I didn't want to make them feel bad.
Oh, they're great people too.
Yes, but not that they're not good enough not good enough to be on the main stage.
They're good enough. It's just they didn't get there.
They weren't good enough this time because you and me were there.
Right.
If we were had something else, like if we were hosting the Intergalactic Music Festival with like the best bands in the universe and we were hosting that main stage, then someone who was not on the main stage would then eventually have superseded us. But for the first annual Millvale Music Festival, we were available, so we were hosting the main stage. And the level of talent at the main stage was incredible. All of the bands were just out of this world and really pointed to just something that, as a local performer, as a local stand-up comedian, one thing that always bothers me is the fact that someone will spend $50 for a ticket to see a comedian who hates this town, is past their prime, doesn't give a crap, isn't writing new material, doesn't care, and yet won't spend $5 to go down the street and see a young comic who's in this city, who's writing new stuff, who's grinding, who's trying to do better stuff. That always bothers me.
Yeah.
And the thing is I've talked to musicians, they have it even, I believe, almost even worse, because, if, Guns N' Roses shows up with Fat Axl, people will pay $150 to watch him waddle all over the stage.
Yeah.
Be half a chicken grease flowing down his t-shirt.
But they won't go to a free show.
They won't go to a free show with incredible talent.
Tons of it. It's not like, oh, there's just a couple bands that are really good. It was all over. Like every single venue that I went to, I didn't get to go to very many, but every single one that I went to, everyone was amazing.
Yes.
Even in these tiny little places.
You felt like you were part of a movement. You felt like, you know what, this is not only affecting the town of Millvale, this is obviously helping the River's Edge because, and I said this constantly, and at the end, it was really me being angry. I was sitting there going, you know what, these are amazing bands that need our support, and the corporate terrestrial radio stations are completely ignoring them. No, let's play another Led Zeppelin tune.
Yeah.
Let's give AC/DC another couple bucks. Let's play, Freebird for the 50,000th time. No, there's actual bands in this town that are performing that are just knock your socks off. And one of the things that I felt, and it was just kind of how it changes your attitude towards music. After the show, I'm driving home and I'm listening to regular music and it seemed very plastic.
Yeah.
It seemed like
I don't want to hear more of this.
Yeah, give me the guys that I saw just right there, literally, throwing themselves on the stage, giving it all again for Millvale and for a free show. So
yeah, I think one of my favorite parts was getting to meet some of the bands that we play on the River's Edge. I thought that was the coolest because I see their music I see and listen to it every week. And to actually put faces to the music was so cool. It's like, hey, you're meeting famous people.
And they were obvious, all cool, all professional. And
they were so nice.
And the one thing that got me was just how smoothly everything ran.
Right. Every single person was on time. We didn't have trouble with anyone saying, hey, get off the stage. You're too long, Yeah,
everyone was with it, professional. It was incredible. So if you have a chance, all the bands that we're there, we're going to try to actually get a few back, get them on the show.
Oh, yeah.
It just, because they were just absolutely incredible. Now, one other thing, Millvale related, do you still have the two, I can't see from this distance, do you have the two nose rings anymore?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't take them out.
No. Well, tell me about, because that just happened last week as well.
I did, because I was, it was a Tuesday, and I was coming back to the studio to edit. And it was a long day. I woke up at 4:30 last week to get here super early. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew that, but I was in the studio for
This is why we have the intern Max. Now you send him to do this.
I was in the studio for 4.5 hours last Tuesday, and then I went to work, and then I came back here, and I was like, this has been a long day. I need to do something for myself today.
So you put a hole in your nose.
Yes.
So now you have two holes. A little side profile. Make sure that people know that you got the two nose rings.
I don't think you can really see it.
Now, have your parents seen this?
Yeah.
Were they thrilled, or were they like?
See, I never know with things like that because most people that have seen me in the past week, no one said anything, and that's either a thing of it's like whenever I dye my hair, if no one says anything, usually they either are afraid that it was like that before and they just didn't notice, or they don't like it. Those are the two things. It's nothing else. Because if you like it, you're going to say it, you know? But I went to my parents' house, and I never know if I should point it out to them, things like that. Oh, I got a new tattoo, or things like that they won't be happy with. Mm-hmm. But I pointed it out to them, and my dad just goes, why the piss would you do that? And I said, well, that's what I expected you to say, Dad.
What was the thing?
My mom just goes, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if it was between nose rings and tattoos, I think I'd rather go with the nose rings because eventually the nose rings could, if you wanted to one day be like, I don't like this, take it out and it'd be okay.
When I first got my nose pierced, my dad was not happy because that was I hadn't had any tattoos at that point. It was the first thing I did. And he was not happy about it. He said, why would you get a hole in your face? Why wouldn't you get your belly button or your tongue pierced or something? I was like, Dad, you really want me to get my tongue pierced? Do you think that would be more classy than me having my nose pierced?
Now, when was there when you got your first tattoo? Because you have several tattoos. Have they gotten to the point where it's like, okay, what are we gonna? I mean, were they just incensed? I mean, what was the?
I didn't tell them about the first one. I hid it for a couple months, and then we went out. It was my sophomore year of school, and it was the first time they came to visit me and have dinner. And I was like handing the waitress back the menu, and my mom was like, "What is that? Like, did you just draw that on yourself, or is that real?" And then I told her what it said, and she was like, "Oh, I guess I can't be mad."
Oh, what does it say?
"K Sarah, Sarah."
There you go.
What she used to say to us. So.
Oh, there you go. So it's almost like it was an homage to your mother.
Yeah, my dad was still mad.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't care what it says.
Yeah, doesn't care. It could have said, "Dad is number one." To be like, I hate you so much.
I think that would be really weird.
That would be. I've seen weirder. Now, moving on, again, the Millvale Music Festival. Thank you very much to the Godfather Brian for putting us up and everything like that. It was an incredible event. Now we go to a new segment. We're doing just for the second time. It's called The Big Question. And we also have a new theme song for said.
We do.
So here is the theme song for The Big Question.
You have to be more happy than that when you listen to this song. You have to get really pumped up.
Yeah!
It's a pump-up song.
It's a pump-up, yeah! Question, really examine your own existence, yeah! Woo! All right.
Okay.
Told
That's
you.
enough of that.
Yeah, don't ever tell me to get excited. Anyway, all right, so here's the big question, and Max, I want your opinion on this as well. All right, I was reading up. There was a gentleman. You can throw his picture up there. His name is J.W. Boy Ledford. His nickname is Boy. He's in Georgia, and he's a kind of a weird guy. He's on death row. He's going to be killed in the next week, or he's been already killed. I don't know. I didn't read up on him. Anyways, a couple things that are weird about him. Number one, he does not want lethal injection. He wants a firing squad.
Okay.
Which, you know what, to be honest with you, if you had a chance to kill yourself, lethal injection sounds kind of lame.
The pussy way to do it.
Yeah, a firing squad actually sounds pretty cool. But the other thing that he did, which I thought was pretty interesting, and this was the headline, his 5,000 calorie last meal. Here's his last meal, Alex.
Is that a lot of calories? I'm sorry, I don't count calories. I don't know.
It's pretty much more than a human being should consume in a day.
Okay.
All right.
Cool, thanks.
Here is his final meal. He wanted a filet mignon wrapped in bacon.
Oh, hell yeah.
With pepper jack cheese, large French fries, 10 chicken tenders with sauces, fried pork chop, and a blooming onion, a slice of pecan pie with vanilla ice cream and sherbet, and a Sprite.
My mouth is like watering right now.
Okay, that's his final meal.
That's a good last meal.
So I checked a couple of last meals, and one guy recently who was convicted of murder in Iowa, he only wanted one olive with the pit still in it.
Fuck that dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, he's a loser.
Come on.
And then Timothy McVeigh, the guy who was behind the Oklahoma City bombing, his last meal was just 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. So here is the big question, Alex. And again, I want everybody to respond on Facebook. Go down there, and even if after the show we're live, we'll talk about it next week. Put down there, what do you believe what would your wish be for your last meal on this planet? And be as specific as possible. Go through everything.
So we actually play this game at like family dinners and stuff.
Okay.
My sister, she thought of it one day, or someone played it with her, but they do. So we would do, you get 1 alcoholic drink, 1 non-alcoholic drink, an appetizer, entree, and dessert.
Okay.
So my alcoholic drink would be red wine.
All right.
Non-alcoholic, probably iced tea. Then my
ice, sweet or unsweetened?
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm dying.
All right.
I don't care about the sugar.
Okay.
And then my appetizer, this is gonna sound horrible and stupid, but I would probably pick just like a really delicious salad.
Okay.
With some blue cheese dressing.
Okay.
That's stupid, but
not stupid. It's your last meal. Yeah, it's your last meal. What are you gonna do?
Entree. You get an entree with 2 sides.
Okay.
So I picked tacos.
All right.
Obviously.
Where would
really
you get the tacos?
Not Taco Bell. You know how much I love Taco Bell, but I kind of want some like fancy.
What kind?
Tacos. I don't know.
Steak, pork, chicken.
Probably pork.
Really? Would be how
with
many
like some
tacos?
really good like
How many tacos?
Like at least 6.
At least 6 big giant
and I
tacos.
I want all of them to be different kinds of tacos.
Okay, so you'd want 6. You need a couple chicken, couple steak, couple, pulled pork, all that kind of good stuff.
Yes.
All right.
And then as one of my sides, I'd like roasted Brussels sprouts. I have a very healthy last meal.
Yes, you do.
And something unhealthy. Cheese fries.
All right, there you go.
And then my dessert would be key lime pie.
Okay, and then what would your preferred method of execution be?
I don't know. I think I would. I was gonna say the electric chair if no one's watching. I feel bad that people have to. Well, if I could do it myself, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel bad that there's someone who has to like put people through that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm sure some people get enjoyment out of that.
Yeah.
Because the people they're killing are horrible people.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as no one was watching or anything.
You go with
I feel
electric
like that's
chair?
pretty intense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here was mine. First and foremost, I would go with pizza, but I would go with like a really high end.
The best pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Like now, I have nothing against the delivery services, all that kind of stuff, but I'm talking high end, like A level, like a $25 large pizza, Idaho, half cheese, half pepperoni. Go with that.
Really?
Yeah,
You
because I'd
wouldn't pick
want
any
both.
special
Yeah, I would
things
go
on
with
it.
I would go with both. I'd like the simpler the better. That's just me with pizza. Also, I'd go with a big piece of lasagna. So I'd go with that.
It's a very hearty meal.
Well, after this guy, I got room to grow. Also, I would go with an appetizer. I'd go with cheese sticks and a big, giant bowl of like a clam chowder or something like that, like good kind of soup. I'm a big fan of soup. And then to drink, I know this is gonna sound terrible, but again, I'm gonna go with, let's say, a Diet Coke, because I just like the taste better than actually regular
Yeah, it doesn't
Coke
matter.
at
You're
this
dying
point.
anyway.
Yeah,
So.
it's not for the calories; it's actually for the taste.
Ew.
I cannot drink regular Coke
That's
anymore.
disgusting.
I can't. When I take a sip of regular Coke when they know that they messed up at the fast food place, I just
think
can't
that's
do
a
it.
sign of like being a serial killer that you actually drink Diet Coke for the taste.
Mm-hmm. That's probably true. Who knows the future? But maybe someday. But and then also for my dessert, since I can have both, because this guy had like everything, I'm gonna go with a piece of cheesecake with the strawberry frost, not the preserves on it, and then also like a big like butterscotch sundae.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going after it.
Yeah.
I'm going, and like, yeah, it's going down.
Don't you usually shit whenever you die? Isn't
Yeah.
that a thing?
Oh yeah, and I want to make
Yours
sure.
would be horrible.
Yeah. By the way, and I'd
Worst
also
thing
want a
ever.
cup of coffee too, so it flies out. Actually, even before I die, I would just take a giant crap, just so then the guy who's killing me is like, oh god, I'm like, haha, that's the last thing you get. And
Wow.
then you know what? I'm a big fan of the firing squad. That's pretty cool.
You like it?
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. Like, you don't want to die like normal, stupid way. Ooh, I'm gonna lay on this slab, and I'm just gonna fade away. No, bullshit. Firing squad. That's badass. So this
Yeah.
guy, who's a piece of shit, had a badass way to die.
Yeah.
So Max,
Okay, let me move out of the way.
let's quickly. You've had time to think about this. What is your All right, this is the last time we're doing this because it's ruining everything.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
last thing.
Yeah.
I'm a food guy, so
Okay.
I gotta
right.
say this.
Okay.
No Diet Coke.
All right.
No Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
I want the most unhealthy food where you feel very bloated after, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
not gonna have the rest of your day.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go greasy foods. I want some chicken tenders, with ranch, honey mustard. We're going a condiment. A condiment circle, and what else? I want some Indian food. I think the spicy food would kind of set you up,
Okay.
get you ready for that.
What kind of Indian food?
Oh, we'll just go chicken curry.
All right, there you go.
Very spicy.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing else I have to offer is I think I'd like to be beheaded.
Beheaded. Would you like a
Yeah.
guillotine?
I want a big old sword.
Oh, you want to go like Braveheart type deal?
Yeah, because it'd be quick, but it also, as you said, badass.
Yeah. And honestly, then what you do is you scream freedom too.
Yeah. Anything you say before you get beheaded is heroic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Final words. Do you have a final words thought out?
Like what I would say?
Yeah, that's what the final word is.
I don't know. I think I'd want to say like something positive.
Nope.
That's the wrong answer.
Okay, so you're getting killed, whatever like that, and your last thing is like life is a journey, and we should all put flowers.
Well, not something that stupid. I'd want something positive, but something that is awesome.
Que sera, sera. Boom. That's your one.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I'll figure it out once I get there.
Okay.
Once I'm in prison and I have to think of that.
All right. In a couple of weeks, we'll do the big question will be, what is your final word? Also, remember, put right there on the Facebook.
Yeah, we have a couple comments.
Okay, what do we got?
Or maybe just one.
All right, who cares?
Michael Joby.
Okay.
He says, I hear you with the Coke thing. I'm assuming that he agrees with me that you're a serial killer.
Mm-hmm. Or that, also, would you be doing any illicit drugs? Can you ask for, like, illicit drugs on your final meal? Like, can you say, hey, can I have a line of blow?
Do you want to know what the standard meal is?
What is it?
Because apparently Ted Bundy, he turned down a last meal because, he's Ted Bundy.
Yeah, he's Ted Bundy. He's a piece of shit.
So the standard last meal for Florida's death row is steak, eggs, toast with butter, jelly, milk, coffee, juice, and hash browns.
Terrible.
He didn't eat anything.
There have been people that like
That's
ask
how
for,
you
like,
know he's a serial killer.
There's like people that I checked in, and there was like a couple that were like they just wanted Happy Meals. They wanted just like McDonald's cheeseburgers.
If I was gonna get something, from McDonald's, it wouldn't be a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Give me all the shit. Give me it all.
Yeah, give me all.
I want
of
a
it.
McFlurry too.
There you go. All right. Well, again, comment on there on the Facebook Live, even after the fact. Go in there, or you can go on any one of our Twitter pages, the Mike Sasson page, anything like that. Go from there. We're gonna take a break, pay some bills. When we're back, it'll be Alex's bar thoughts and experiences. It's the Mike Sasson Show on the River's Edge. We'll be right back.
Listen up for some sweet pizza discounts. The River's Edge is partnering with Frank's Pizza and Chicken to offer you 10% off your ZA. That's short for pizza.
Seriously? ZA?
What?
Anyway, mention you heard this ad and Frank's will give you 10% off your order of $15 or more.
Oh my god, have you tried their famous buffalo chicken pizza?
Oh, don't even get me started. Can you name all 4 Frank's locations?
Millvale, obviously. Troy Hill, Shaler, and North Hills.
Gold Star. Anyway, support the River's Edge Radio Network by ordering from Frank's Pizza and Chicken the next time you get hungry for some ZA. And don't forget to mention you heard this ad so you get your 10% off. Go to frankspizzachicken.com for more info.
Offer good for a limited time. Order mostly $15 or more before taxes. Cannot be combined with other discounts or offers. Other legal jargon and whatnot.
Hi, I'm Mike Storr, host of the Awesome Cast, which you can hear right here on River's Edge Radio. We're talking tech, getting geeky every week with people from Pittsburgh in the industry. Go check us out, awesomecast.net, or listen to us right here on River's Edge Radio, Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. after Funny Money.
Come on, go! It's green! Come on! Go!
God damn it, Brian. You need to calm down with the road rage.
I'm sick of these people, these assholes.
It's the road rage, man. You gotta calm down on the road rage.
Well, I want to get to where we're going. We have a lot of great stuff coming up. We're going to Falling Water,
Bicycle Heaven,
the Mattress Factory,
Tuck Knob,
Trundle Manor. All right, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Come on,
right,
come on.
Right.
Too late now.
Right, come on.
Well, too late now. I gotta keep going. I'm not gonna sleep here like some asshole.
Oh, come on, man.
All right, you're listening to the Culture Cruise. You can find us at riversedgepgh.com.
Your local Pittsburgh area museum podcast.
Yes, riversedgepgh.com, and come take a ride with us.
It is the Mike Sasson Show. My name is Mike Sasson. I am your humble host. That is Alex Clemens, producer extraordinaire. You are listening to us on the River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com, or on TuneIn Radio, or live on Facebook Live, or after the fact, we become a beautiful podcast. We're like the kids listen to, Alex.
Beautiful butterfly podcast.
We're a little caterpillar, and then we become a beautiful butterfly. And on the iTunes, the SoundCloud, or the Google Play. Producer extraordinaire Alex loves to get her drink on, and then after the fact, she writes down her thoughts. We call it Bar Thoughts and Experiences with Alex. Alex, play your theme.
I will. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Okay.
Maybe y'all can relate. My style's dope anyway, then just slice it. Here's a fresh cut, hope that you like it. About to open up a can of some cans.
Really bumping there. You hear the bass in the back?
Yes. Do I feel? I feel the bass in the back.
Okay. We're not ever doing that again.
Yeah. That's the pizza song.
Just so you know, we had a comment.
Okay.
Apparently, I was wrong, and this Mike guy, he's siding with you.
Yes.
On the whole Diet Coke
Absolutely. We have the most intelligent and beautiful listeners on the planet Earth, and that's why they agree with the hostess.
What are you
with
saying
the
about
mostess.
me then?
That what? That you're not
Intelligent.
Let's
or
move on
beautiful.
to Alex's bar thoughts and experiences, brought to you by alcoholic beverages around the city. Alex, tell us about your bar thoughts this week.
So this weekend when we were at the Millvale Music Festival, I even told this to you, that there are some very good-looking musicians there, and very good-looking just people in the crowd.
Yes,
There's a lot of good-looking
One
men.
thing that I knew we were in trouble for this week was you were sitting there and we were talking, and then you kind of were like, Mike, I'm done talking with you. I'm going to go talk to some yummy musicians.
I said scrumptious?
Scrumptious?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you were going to talk to the musicians, and I was like, well, I want to come along. I'm not going to miss out on talking to scrumptious musicians.
Yes,
That's ridiculous.
Yes, so as this show becomes bigger and more scrumptious musicians become available to Alex, understand she will get more excited about this job.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's very true.
Yeah.
So I did some research about why we find people attractive.
Okay.
So the science of sexiness is
Okay.
actually what the article I read is called.
All right.
So here's a couple things that make people attractive,
Okay.
supposedly.
All right.
Symmetry. Have you heard of that one?
Yes.
I think everyone has heard of that one.
Yeah.
But not just with your face. Like, everyone thinks, oh, if your face is symmetrical, you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Not just with your face. Studies have actually shown that women partnered with men with symmetrical bodies have the most orgasms.
There you go.
What? I don't even know how. I'm trying to think of like symmetrical bodies.
Meaning like your
I mean, like,
torso and your
yeah.
legs and everything like that. There's no
You're
like
really proportionate.
yeah, you're a proportional dude.
You're a proportional dude.
Proportional dudes.
One of the things me and Max tried this out before the show. Finger length.
Okay.
So if your ring finger is longer than your index finger,
Okay.
it means that you were there was more testosterone present when you were in the womb.
There you
Show
go.
us your fingers, Mike.
I don't really even know what my fingers.
Wait, I'm trying. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit more. Like, yeah, just if it's longer.
Which one is the ring finger again?
What does that? What?
I don't even know
What?
I don't even know my finger names.
This is why you're never gonna get married.
I know it's not. Yeah, just
you
put
don't
it on my
even know
thumb.
which.
Yeah, I put it on my dick. But what? Okay, you're just gonna leave me hanging. Which one is the ring finger?
I'm not telling you now.
Okay.
This is I asked which one is the index finger. That's
Okay,
the
that's-
question you should ask.
That's the pointy finger.
Okay, so you know
Okay.
that, but you don't know the ring finger.
Is that one?
Process of elimination?
Okay, is it that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I got way more testosterone. It's like bigger than
It's
that.
a little bit bigger.
It's gigantically bigger. It's almost freakish. I'm
I
almost
think
like
Max had more testosterone.
bullshit. He's out of here. Okay, you're fired.
Exactly.
Step into my office. You're fucking fired. All right, go ahead.
They also said long distance runners are more attractive because they have greater levels of testosterone, which makes them more manly and fertile.
That's called bullshit.
Yeah.
The long distance runner wrote this.
So in the beginning,
Yeah, old chicks are going after freaking the guy from Zimbabwe who just run the Boston Marathon, runs with no fuse. I'm sure that guy gets tons of tail.
So anyways, in the beginning, blonde-haired people were found to be more attractive.
Okay.
But however, a recent study, which attempted to determine the most beautiful woman in the world, picked a brunette.
There you go.
Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
We're okay.
We're okay.
We're gonna do okay.
What is your hair color?
My hair color is that brown nonsense on the
Okay,
top.
yeah, because you there's like a new one every
I
week.
have to change it all the time.
Yeah, and then you gave me like the name. I'm a soft black. What was it again?
You're a soft black color.
There
if
you
you
go.
were gonna dye your hair,
Mhm. Okay.
whenever you get to the point where you want to dye your hair,
I don't know if I will.
you'll see.
I
don't think that you should.
Here's my thing about my hair. If it's both sides of my family, my grandparents kept their hair. It was just stark white, which I honestly think is kind of cool looking. That's just me. I think it's kind of cool looking. But again,
But
it's
if you
really
did ever want to dye your hair,
Yeah.
it's a soft black.
a soft black. So I would tell the person, give me soft black.
Yeah, you'd go and buy the hair dye.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess you can go get it done.
Yeah, I would get it
That
done.
seems like
Yeah, because I'm a big time internet radio celebrity. I don't do that stuff by myself.
Smell is also a big deal. Apparently, we can sniff out our immune system match.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that.
Yep.
You just know all of these insane facts.
I wrote this article.
This one I think that you will very much appreciate.
Yep.
I'm not saying anything bad about you.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
So one of the things is fitting in. It says, although it may seem like a good idea to stand out from the crowd when playing the mating game, new research suggests it actually pays to look average.
There you go.
That's the best news ever, right?
No, I don't think I look average.
What do you think that you look?
I think I look very different from every other human being in the world. That's what my mom says. No,
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm completely.
See, I have very average measurements to everything. Average height, average shoe size, things like that.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, again, I'm taller than the average dude. I have bigger shoe size than the average dude. I shop at the tall and fat store. So, I mean, like, I'm not average in that respect. In terms of intelligence, I'm well below average. So I don't think there's any in terms of, the only thing that I have that's average is like, I have the average, you know, typical white dude kind of clothing sense and hairstyle. Like, this is just the grown ass man. Like, if you go up to like a person to cut your hair, you're like, could you just give me the, I have a job and this is what I wear? And then you're like, yeah, and then they just don't even talk to you after that. Then they cut your hair and they get out of that. You have the hairstyle of I'm free and my parents are just hoping I grow out of it. Go ahead.
Wow. I don't know how to feel about that.
You should feel wonderful because you're exactly where you're supposed
I'm
to be in
actually
this
getting
world.
my hair dyed this week. So we'll see what it looks like.
Will you be a
next
soft
week.
black?
Definitely not.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't want to dye it the same color as you. I thought we'd look too much alike.
Really? Then people wouldn't even be able... Like when we were on stage, it'd be like, there's two of them.
Exactly. One of the last things that I'll tell you, the voice and mouth. So men prefer women with high, breathy voices as it signifies youth.
Okay.
Women's voices tend to get lower as they age.
Oh, do they?
A higher pitched voice is also thought to denote small body size.
Okay.
But female listeners, as you could have guessed, prefer a male voice that signals a large body size with low pitch. So you're good on that one. Just talk to people.
Yeah.
That's good that you have a podcast.
Yeah. Honestly, I should just walk around like in like a big giant black cape, and I should just come around and be like, hi there. And then people are like, oh, hi. And then be like, no, date me. Don't even look at me. But
that's creepy.
One time when I was on the Fan, there were women, because there was like a texting thing that like you would see people texting, and there would be women who would be like, you have such a sexy voice.
Oh.
And I would be like, that's the only thing. And
wow.
That's it. Keep whatever you think I look like, that's what I look like. Don't know what I actually look like. And then like somebody actually did toys goes, what do you actually look like? And I'm just like, at the time I was like,
how did you describe yourself? Yeah.
Like I said, how did I describe myself? I just go, the average guy, just, you know, what I said, Fred Flintstone's older, like bigger brother. That's basically what I look like.
You did say average though.
Yeah.
In that sentence.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay.
You consider yourself somewhat average, at least.
See, that's the thing. Like, in terms of looks, one of the things about looks, which is always weird, when people sit there and say, well, are you attractive? The only way you know if you're attractive is how people react to you. And so, like, it's like the Twilight Zone episode where they put, like, a beautiful woman in a world filled with, like, pig-nosed people, and then all of a sudden, like, she's ugly because she doesn't have a pig nose.
Right, because she stands out.
Yeah. Now, me, I go into rooms, and then, like, you know, most of the time, like, women go, I hate that. And then dudes are like, yeah. Like, if I ever turn gay, I get all sorts of dudes.
See, one of my theories about attractiveness is that we're attracted to people who look similar to us.
Yes.
Because you look at married couples and like they look like they could be brother and sister.
That is, yeah, because most of the time, yeah, you go with someone that is very similar to you.
If you like yourself, then you
I like myself,
similar.
but that hasn't helped either.
You don't want anyone similar looking to you?
I don't know. In terms of
I'm trying to think of the female version of you.
Yeah, I've met her.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. But no, I mean it's one of those things that I've been attracted to women of all different types of body sizes and everything. The one thing that they've all had in common is and I'm not trying to be like spiritual or anything like that, but like in terms of a strength. They've always been very strong-willed, and I like a strong-willed woman, a woman who understands herself and all that kind of good stuff.
Yes.
So then I can break that will. No.
Wow. Jesus. We had a comment.
Okay, go ahead.
Seneca Stone,
All right.
wonderful comedian.
Yes, he is.
He was talking about you being stupid and trying to figure out which one is your ring finger.
Uh-huh.
He says, honestly, Mike, if you know your index, you can probably figure out which one is your middle finger and thumb, then take a big educated guess which one is the pinky or the ring.
Okay.
Total shenanigans.
All right.
That's what he said.
And he added total shenanigans.
Yeah, that wasn't me adding that. That
I
was his
know.
comment.
Okay. Well, honestly, make sure you tell people that that was his comment because that was an awful comment. But thank you very much, Seneca, for listening. And I hope everything goes well in your life. Is that Bar Thoughts and Experiences
That
for
was
this week?
it. Yeah, I think I've educated people enough on attractiveness. Now
Yes.
they can go and
Try to be more attractive.
Yes.
It's important to be attractive.
Go get
It's
some
also
plastic surgery.
It's also important to listen to me and my 5 takes. It's 5 random thoughts. We have a theme song. We should play it. Go ahead. Mike kicks ass. He's so smart, so cool. He's so super, super cool. Those are the lyrics to that song. I don't know if you knew that. All right.
We could put those in if
Yeah.
you want to.
Mike is so super cool. You should all listen to him. If you don't, you're a loser. Go kill yourself. All right, 5 takes.
Anyways, yeah.
All right, first take. So I was in Panera Bread, and
Were ya?
everywhere now. Yes, I was. I wasn't trying to impress anybody, but so I'm in there, and now the big thing is, and I like it a lot, where people put how many calories something is. I think that's huge. Great. I love doing that.
Sure.
Every place has now how many calories are in coffee, because usually coffee is either 0 or 5 calories. That's usually what they tell. So I go into Panera Bread and I look at the coffee, 25 to 30 calories.
Oh my God.
But here's my thing to the rest of the people. What is freaking Panera doing with their coffee to almost quadruple the amount of calories that like a McDonald's coffee has? Now, is Panera just guessing up? Is McDonald's not guessing right? Is Panera throwing in old bagels? What exactly is the reason why there's so much more calories in the Panera coffee than the regular coffee? So I implore the restaurant industry, just tell me how many calories is in coffee. Just get together and figure out how many calories are in coffee. I know you're going to Google it and it's going to be like, there's no calories in coffee. Someone's lying, because the Panera Bread one, it was like 25, 30 calories. It's liars. Okay, that's first take. Second take. Most people would say that men and women are equal. Okay? So this kind of freaked me out. Is having the LPGA and the WNBA then sexist? Because it implores that basically that, oh yes, women have to have a separate league. They cannot compete with men in these certain things.
Do you want them to be let into your sports then?
Here's my thing. I'm just asking the question, because if you go up to people and you say, are men and women equal? Usually you're going to get, yeah, absolutely they're equal. Then why is there an LPGA? Will eventually there not be a need for an LPGA? Will there eventually not be a need for the WNBA? Because having a separate league tells people that, okay, this is a second league, because obviously, like, let's say the WNBA, you'd make more money if you were in the NBA. So if the fact that there's a completely different league tells you it's not as good a league as the other one.
Yeah.
So does that kind of, is the whole league existence kind of telling people that no, it's in terms of athleticism, second tier? I don't know. Obviously, everyone goes, no, people should have opportunities and stuff like that. But in the future, like we had last week, I thought of this because last week, Emma Watson won the first non-gender specific award for acting.
Right.
And I said, you know what? In the future, we won't even designate gender anymore. You'll go into the same bathrooms, you'll do all that kind of good stuff, and everything will be fine. No one will freak out. But then you get into the fact that, okay, there is a separate golf tournament. There are separate tennis tournaments. There are separate, basketball leagues, all of that other kind of good stuff. is that existence eventually going to kind of go away? I don't know. That's why it's one of my takes. Number 3, frats are stupid.
Wow.
Because I don't know if you heard this week, a kid at Penn State drank a ton, fell down steps, and then they didn't take care of him, so he died. And so now his parents are going on all the news stations mad that these people did this and all this kind of stuff. Here's my take. It's an absolutely terrible thing that your son passed away, but you let your son go into a frat.
Yeah.
Frats are stupid.
And how many of these stories have been out before?
Yes.
You know, like this is not the first time that this happened. So like,
yeah, I'm not blaming the victim, but at the end of the day, if you go into a frat,
you kind of know your chances.
Yeah, it's a stupid place filled with stupid people. Don't go in there. As you can tell, I was not in a frat.
Yeah. Clearly.
Old people's fashion has not changed in 40 years. Like, I was in a fast food place, and an older couple walks in, and it just struck me like it's still an old person from 2017. If they went back to 1983, there'd be no like, oh my God, you're from the future. Still with the khaki pants, still with the very plain tennis shoes, the members only jacket. It's this, and then the grandma has the same grandma hairdo, all the same kind of low cut with the high. I mean, old people's fashion has not changed in 40 years.
What are you gonna wear when you're old, Mike?
Well, first off, bigger men do not typically get to an older age, so hopefully I will.
What does that even mean?
Go to an old age home. Do you see like 6'4", 280-pound dudes? No, usually
no, because they're withered away and they're old. They shrink a little bit, and they probably lose a little bit of weight because they're old. Yeah, but honestly, that's what I'm actually coming up with a joke about this, because I went to a house and I met this girl's mother, and I sat there and I went, hi, and then afterwards I asked, I go, oh, did your mom, she like me? Whatever. She goes, she looked like a football coach. And I was like, well, what does that even mean? And she's like, well, it means that, you still look like you still haven't lost the love of the game of football or the weight. And so the fact of the matter is, that a good thing?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's not a good thing, because you're right. Big, giant offensive linemen do not eventually get old. But in terms of what I would do when I get old, obviously I still dress for comfort now, so that's not going to change much.
Yeah, I feel like you're
I'll just
probably
be
look
jeans. Exactly the same. Yeah, I'll just be jeans, t-shirt. But I mean,
jeans, black t-shirt.
But here's the thing: I'll be in the entertainment industry, so I'll always be like I'm right now.
What about when you're 90?
If I'm close to 90, then I'll really get up on that fashion, because I'll be like, hopefully be like really super rich.
Fashion.
Not 1990s fashion. I will be like, I'll pay someone to dress me like to the nines in like the most intense fashion ever, just to mess with people's minds. That'll be my thing.
Okay.
Or I'll just go with the members only jacket and the khaki pants and just be like, I want to look like everyone else. Yeah. Number one, if you are a grown-ass man and you wear the jersey of another grown-ass man who plays professional sports, it should say in the tag inside of that jersey, you have officially given your girlfriend or wife the pass to fuck that person. If you're wearing a Sidney Crosby jersey and Sidney Crosby meets your girlfriend and wants to fuck her, you have nothing to say. You wear that person's jersey. You walk around town saying, this guy is so much better than me that I am going to try to kind of pretend to be this guy. You have given permission. Yeah.
I'm going to go out and buy Zach a bunch of jerseys.
Yeah. Well, he'd have to wear them. It can't be you buying them.
No, jerseys of people that he likes. But yeah, I'd forget the one. He has one Blackhawks one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. And you should find out that guy, because you should be like, whoever you are.
Yeah.
If I meet him at a bar and this guy goes, hey, let's go on back, I think you get a pass.
History, yeah.
Yeah, you get a pass.
Okay. I'll remember that you said this.
Well, I think that should
be like a law.
And I'll tell him
that you said this.
It should be a law.
I agree.
Well, also the fact of the matter is that if you are a grown man and you're wearing another person's jersey, again, that's something you stop doing when you're like 12. Just stop. Just stop doing it. You're a grown up. what are you looking up? That's one thing. Okay, at my age, it's getting to the point. There's like only like 5 professional athletes anymore that are of my ilk. That's why I'm almost becoming more of a Tom Brady fan, because he's exactly my age. But the thing that gets me is like, if you're like a 50-year-old dude and you're wearing the jersey of someone who's like 21, 22 years old, loser. That's just how I view it.
Unless it's your son.
Yeah, if it's your son, the mom wearing the son's jersey is cute. Okay, the dad, even if my son eventually, that's one thing that's always with women is I've got like, again, intelligence, athleticism, off the charts talent. I have to make sure that I get with a woman to get like a guy. Let's be honest. As soon as he's born, he's going to start getting recruiting letters because he's that level of like athlete.
Oh.
All right.
Right.
So eventually this will be something that I'll have to figure out. How will I dress to said league? I will go like the Archie Manning route and just go with the hat of the school and then like a cool pullover. And then like, I'll have dough. So I'll go with like the rich man khakis. Like I'm at the game, so I'm relaxed, but it's still, I got the big time dough. And then I would go with nice shoes. So that would be it. But so I wouldn't wear my kid's jersey. That would be the mom. The mom wears my wife or eventual baby mama. They would wear the jersey. That's how that would work.
I'm so scared to see a little one of you.
It won't be little for long if he's me. There it is. 5 takes. Moving on. Max has him. He's the symbol of 2017. He is Crappy the Poop and Poop on You. Show Crappy. Hello, it's Crappy. Yay! Do the first pooping for Poop on You.
Okay. Max really got fired up about this one before the show.
Okay.
So apparently we can't just leave some things to women anymore.
All right.
And they have come out with dude rompers. Do you know what a romper is, Mike?
No.
I feel like you don't.
I don't.
It's basically like a onesie kind of type of thing, but not like full body. Like it's all one piece. So you have like basically like shorts and a shirt connected.
Okay.
So women wear these all the time because they're comfortable and you only have to wear one thing.
All right.
The only bad thing about them is that you can't pee. You have to take it all off to pee.
Uh-huh.
So dudes came out with them and did it better than women.
Ooh.
In some ways.
Okay, so who are we pooping on?
The people who created them, one.
Okay.
The people who are going to wear these in the future.
All right.
And just everyone else.
See, what you talk about the future, really the onesie is pretty much the look of the future. Like
it looks like he's about to in a uniform, like about to go to work, but then he just cut it into shorts and looks ridiculous.
Well, see, here's like Jerry Seinfeld had a joke one time is if you ever watch movies from the future, everybody's dressed the same. So like, women and men are all like they're in onesies with a lightning stripe. And that means that everybody got together and went, okay, forget this individuality. Forget the fact that we're all like different. No, we're all wearing the same stuff. This is the first step. More like,
It's ridiculous. But they do have like a zipper in it so you can easily pee.
Okay. Because that's how men do it.
Yeah.
Because like in the underwear,
they should have one of those in women's rompers on the,
Well, that's why in men's underwear you got the dick slot, the slot to be able to go.
Right.
There you go.
I think they should come up with more of those for women.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair.
More dick slots. All right.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any more people to poop on?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, so I have 2 people to poop on. First off is Snapchat CEO Evan Spiegel. His company in the first quarter of 2017 lost $2.2 billion.
Yeah.
$2.2 billion. I always love the fact that this guy is rich. This guy is, universally respected. Any human being, if you put them in charge of a company, could not do any worse. How can you do worse than losing $2.2 billion in one quarter? But then the truly pooped on thing that I want to poop on them with is his answer to, like, when you're a publicly traded company, you have to do like conference calls with investors, and the investors all sit there and say like, hey, why does your company suck? And so last quarter, only 8 million more people used Snapchat than before. To put that into perspective, every quarter prior to that, it was 10 million. So this is going down, which is not good. Here was his quote to try to assure investors that Snapchat is still a good investment. This is how he thinks about user growth. He goes, through the lens of creativity, adding, the more we can remove friction from this creative process, the more that people will want to use this service, and that's our strategy. That's why his company lost $2.2 billion, and just in one day, his company's value went down by 25%, because that is a stupid answer. It doesn't answer the question of how the hell are you going to get more people to use this stupid app.
There's still billions and billions of Snapchats that are sent out every day.
Yes.
I looked at the number the other day and I was like, holy shit.
Oh, it's 160 million people use it every day. But the problem is that he's promising like 10, 15 million more people every day, every quarter, and only 8. And so when they asked him, like, why, how can you do better? He gives this BS answer. So again, poop on you. Second person to poop on is Rick Bratton. I think we have a picture of Rick.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do we?
What's this about?
Okay. He is a Republican representative from the state of Missouri. The state.
You labeled him as scumbag guy from Missouri.
Okay. Yeah. So,
that guy.
Yeah. So that scumbag guy from Missouri, 36-year-old Republican from Missouri. Here's the thing. In Missouri, apparently it is illegal to refuse people jobs, housing, or even fire them if they are homosexual or if you perceive them that they might be homosexual. So obviously they sit there and they try to change that law, because that's a terrible thing to hear about. But this was his response. When you look at the tenets of religion, the Bible, the Quran, or other religions, there is a distinction between homosexuality and just being a human being. So basically, he's sitting there on religious purposes saying, no, we should be allowed to discriminate against human beings because of who they are, because, again, there is a distinction between homosexuality and just being a human being. So poop on Rick Bratton, total scumbag. That was poop on you, and that is why I labeled him in the message yesterday, scumbag from Missouri. Now we will see if poop can fly. Max, catch. There you go. That's why you're sticking around.
Just for that.
Just for that. Moving on to...
No. It doesn't all start now.
It doesn't all start now. We're going to go to news and notes.
Oh, okay. Why'd you look at me like that?
Because I had never heard that song before.
We played it last week.
Oh, then play it again. It does all start now. You know what starts right now is Antonio Cromartie, former defensive back for the New York Jets. I think we have a picture of him and her and his lovely wife. He is famous for not only being a solid defensive back in the National Football League, but for also fathering at one time 12 kids to like 5 different women. Okay? So he got a vasectomy to stop this from ever happening again.
Yeah. He still had more kids.
He had another child last year after the vasectomy.
That's crazy.
But then it's just come out just yesterday. He's having his 14th child and his second child after the vasectomy.
Don't you hate that, like, some people try for years to have children and they can't, and then stupid people like this can have 2 children after a vasectomy?
Well, let me ask you this question. Someone brought this up when I brought up this story. Is there a chance that the wife is cheating on him and just blaming him and saying, oh, I guess the vasectomy didn't work, and he's just dumb enough to believe it?
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't actually get a vasectomy. He just lied and said that.
Maybe he actually just went into a doctor's office. He took a nap, and then they were like, yeah, you got a vasectomy. Turns out he just took a nap in a doctor's office. He was in a dentist's office.
Does he support all these 50 million children he has?
At this point, he does, but he is no longer playing in the NFL.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Oh, shit is right.
Better get yourself a real job.
There you go. Stephen Colbert is kicking Jimmy Fallon's ass in the ratings war, which I love because I have stated on this show on numerous occasions, I think Jimmy Fallon sucks.
Right.
And this, to me, is a great example of there is no such thing as bad publicity. So about a week or so ago, after Donald Trump did an interview with someone from CBS and was very short with them and threw him out of the office, Stephen Colbert said The only thing your mouth is good for, Donald Trump, is being Vladimir Putin's cock holster. All right? People got mad at him and said, that's homophobic, that's terrible, which, by the way, CBS checked with every gay man in America. They were all cool with it. Anyways, the thing is, they started a hashtag, all the Trump supporters, Fire Colbert. Hashtag Fire Colbert. So, what do you think this did to his numbers last week?
Obviously. We've seen so many things like this lately.
2.8 million people watched him say about the cock holster comment. The next night, 3.3 million people watched, so an extra 500,000 people. And so his average for that week was up 12% to over 3 million people. And he increased his lead over Fallon from just a tight 67,000 viewers to over 410,000 viewers.
Well, shit.
So guess what? There's no such thing as bad publicity. Another thing that I thought was interesting is you travel the world. Obviously, we give people American culture, and, you know, they got Kentucky Fried Chicken and baseball and all this kind of stuff all over the world. So one of the things that teenagers across the world are doing is they're having what are called American parties.
American parties.
American parties. So at an American party, the things that you need are obviously like American food. So they get like fried chicken and pizza and hamburgers, and they all wear NBA and Major League Baseball gear, and they listen to American music and all that other kind of good stuff. But the one key, which I thought was hilarious to have a proper American party, is the red cups. They don't understand what the hell is the deal with the red cups. So they actually, and I'm showing an advertisement right now where it says if you want an American party, you have to get the American red cups. And then also I saw another picture, and this is actually in Poland, of an American party where actually they all had red cups and they were in giant red cups.
Yeah, if you couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Alex.
They're eating some kind of, like, I guess they're eating burgers. But
Yeah, that's
gross.
the.
Well, they don't do burgers very well, apparently.
Well, I mean, if you don't know what a burger, you know, if you just hear of it, whatever. But let me ask you a question. You, being a young person with it, I've always see that you have very hip, always with the red cups. Look into the camera and explain to the international viewers that we have, what is the deal with the red cups?
I don't think it's necessarily red cups. You could give me any kind of plastic cup. Those are just the cheapest, most accessible cups and good for games.
So you would say to a foreign person who does not get it, they sit there and they just go, they do not get what the deal is.
I don't know if I get it.
You don't even know. If someone came up to you and said, what's the deal with the red cups? What would you be?
It's just someone made a good cup for, like, the perfect size drinking cup, plastic cup.
And I also think, obviously, it's safe in terms of parties. You don't have to worry about it breaking. You don't have to worry about...
You can buy a shit ton of them in bulk.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can buy other cups in bulk, but we always have about 500 in our house.
There you go. And that's why every weekend, Alex and her friends have American parties.
American parties.
Moving on. This I thought was interesting. Yeah. Gwyneth Montenegro was a former prostitute. At one time, she says she's claimed to have slept with over 10,000 men.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people to have slept with. Now she is a counselor, and she does seminars for women to help them understand men and make it that they don't go to prostitutes. Now,
that's great.
You are an expert on men. You've met men. You've been with men. What would you say, from her perspective, is the number one reason why men cheat and go to prostitutes?
Probably because they're not having sex enough. I would say that.
Her answer, it might be under that grand umbrella. She says the number one reason is they feel emasculated in their relationships. They want to feel masculine again.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have trouble with this whenever their wives, like, make more money than them, or they're like a stay-at-home dad.
So the big things is, ladies, if you sit there and say, how do I make it that my man doesn't cheat? How do I make it? I don't know how to do this.
You gotta make him feel like a man.
You gotta make him feel like a man sometimes. Because one of the things he says, a lot of men don't know what it means to be a man anymore.
Tell him to go build something.
Is that what it means to be a man?
Yeah.
Just go build something. Go on
the yard. Get your tool belt on.
Go get a tool belt.
I feel like, and then if you get your tool belt on and you're building something, you know, I feel like you're going to be more attractive to your wife anyways.
Yes. So you'd say that, you know, if...
Okay. Tool belts, they really do it for me.
All right. So so let's go over it. What does it mean in 2017, according to Alex Clemens, to be a man?
To build something. That's it.
Just build something.
Just get your toll belt on.
Just build. You know what I think it is? It's even beyond just build something. You know what a man does? TCB, taking care of business. Boom. That's what it means
Fuck
to
bitches,
be a
get
man.
money.
Taking. That's all right. Let's make sure everyone heard that. What does it mean to be a man?
It means fuck bitches, get money. That's what it means.
It means taking care of business. That it is
That's,
what it.
Yeah, that's like the old person saying.
Yeah.
The young people.
Elvis. By the way, watch some like I was so into music this weekend that I started watching some great like old music just to see it. By the way, Elvis, holy shit, was he good? That's just like, you know, like just if you didn't know it, like I watched like his Ed Sullivan appearance and like
I think people have really been second guessing it lately.
Young people, I'm telling you, we want to see a performer that's just like, if you sit there and say, why is Elvis so big? Watch some of his great performances from the 50s and the 60s. Holy crap, could that guy sing? Now, another guy who can't sing, and we're going to end the show right here, is Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is moving his show from Chicago to LA, firing everybody. So they think that because of that, they're kind of pissed off at him. So they're releasing a message that he sent at the beginning of the year, and it's making the rounds and kind of painting him as kind of a jerk. Here is the memo that he sent to people if you don't know.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'd like you all to renew and adhere to the following notes and rules for season 5 of my talk show. There will be no meetings in my dressing room, no stopping by or popping in, no one. Do not come by my dressing room unless invited. Do not open my dressing room door. If you open my door, expect to be removed. That's in big caps. Says, my security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who have the intent to see or speak with me. I want all the ambushing to stop. That includes TV staff. You must schedule an appointment. I have been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now. No more. Do not approach me while I'm in makeup chair unless I ask to speak with you directly. Either knock or use the doorbell. I am seeking more free time for me throughout the day. Do not wait in the hallway to speak to me. I hate being ambushed. Please make an appointment. I promise you, I will not entertain you in the hallway. Do not attempt to walk with me. If you are reading this, I mean you. Everyone who do not take offense to the new way of doing business. It is good for my personal life and enjoyment. Steve Harvey.
My favorite thing about this is that he like started it off really nicely, like, good morning, welcome back.
Yeah.
And then just right into it.
Now, here's my thing with the Steve Harvey thing. Everybody's painting him like he's a jerk, all this other kind of stuff. Here's the real issue. I bet you when Steve Harvey started his show, everyone figures out that eventually if he's the boss, that, you know, you have producers and you have people, but you know what? You want to talk to the person who's the ultimate decision maker. So probably early on in his show, people would just walk in and say, hey, Steve, what do you think about this segment below? And he would answer and all that kind of stuff. But he learned eventually that if you do that, everyone's in it. Because on a big show like a Steve Harvey show or, you know, any of these big time, you know, network TV shows, they have literally hundreds of people working for them. Costume people,
right.
You know, all these things, you know, all this kind of stuff. Producers, you have executives, you have salespeople, all this other kind of stuff. He should have set up this system early on to say,
in a nice way.
In a nicer way. You could just say, hey, please respect my privacy. I need an hour or so before the show to collect my thoughts. We will have a meeting after the show in which everybody can, you know, make sure that if you have a direct question, please talk to the producer. And then he should have given the producer leeway to say, if it's in that hour, you take responsibility. It's your thing. I trust you. You go from there.
Right.
But that's why I think ultimately, being someone who's a performer, if you do not lay these laws down early on, things can go haywire and people will be just inundating you with all this kind of stuff. So he could have done it a little nicer, but he's not the complete jerk that it sounds like. It's not like, oh, what an egotist or whatever. He just ultimately doesn't want to be having 1,500 different conversations with 1,500 different people.
Yeah, because then you can't get ready. You're not mentally prepared for the show.
Absolutely. And then ultimately, after the show, he's sitting there going, you know what? I'm drained. Like, for instance, I know for a fact Howard Stern, when after a show, he made it a rule that nobody can talk to him for about 45 minutes until after the show is done.
Yeah.
So he goes into his dressing room, he turns off the lights, he meditates, he whatever, because he sits there and says the same thing. As soon as he walks out, people want to talk to him, people want to get in a meeting. He goes, nope, I need 45 minutes. Let me, all that other kind of good stuff. I know for a fact that David Letterman, he made a rule that says no one comes up to me, and then eventually that turned into no one looks him in the eye.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was...
That's a little rough.
Yeah, but that wasn't him. That was everybody just like, because he would walk through the halls and people would kind of just like stare at him weirdly. And so he went up to his producer and be like, hey, can you make sure these kids are kind of like doing jobs? They kind of make me freak out. And so there was a rule of like, don't look at Dave. And so he'd walk into elevators and like all of like the interns.
Everyone just turns around.
Everyone would just put their heads down because they'd be like, oh God, I don't want to look at Dave. And then he eventually was like, well, what's going on?
Now
like,
this is weird.
Yeah, now this is weird. Everyone's looking down. Like, well, I told him not to look at you. And he's like, well, we got to come up with a middle ground. But again, Steve Harvey, not the worst guy in the world. Ultimately, he just needs a little space. I'm going to give you guys your space right now because that's the Mike Sasson Show. Thank you very much to everyone for listening. Again, keep listening to The River's Edge. All the great local music you heard at the Millvale Music Festival, playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a nonstop cavalcade of beautiful music. That is Alex Clemens, producer extraordinaire. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Max, the new intern extraordinaire for The River's Edge. Listen to us at www.riversedgepgh.com. My name's Mike Sasson. We'll see you next week. Bye.